Well, hi everybody, it's Lisa Tamati from Running Hot Coaching here. Today I just wanted to talk through a little bit of how to get in the mindset to do a really intense workout. Now for a lot of us, going and doing interval training or speed work or that sort of thing can be quite daunting, and especially when you've been working all day perhaps, and at 5 o'clock you've got to go to the gym and do a really intense workout. So what I do is I do a few things that help me break that up. Number one, when I get to the gym and I put my clothes on, I sort of leave all the office and all the work behind me, and it's like putting on a new identity. And when I walk out of that changing room, right, I'm ready for battle. The number two thing that I do, the second thing, is that I really warm up properly. If you're imagining going out and doing a really high intensity or anaerobic workout when you've just come from work and you're absolutely knackered already, it's really hard to build yourself up. So don't think about the workout until you've actually done your warm-up. Think about doing your stretching, slowly bringing your heart rate up, your lunges, your squats, that type of thing, getting the body activated for movement, especially if you've been sitting all day. Number three is to maybe an hour or so before your workout, have a little snack, especially if it's late afternoon training or something and it's a long time since lunch. Your energy levels may be flagging a bit, so you might even want to have half a cup of coffee if you do like your caffeine fix, or something nutritious like a handful of almonds, just to give you a bit of a power up and get you through your workout, so you don't have a sugar low as you go into your workout. You need a bit of energy to pull on. The fourth thing I do when I'm actually in the workout itself, if I'm doing interval training, you have to bring your heart rate back down really low again before you do your next set. So you do one set, you go hard, and then you have a little break, and you use those little 30 to 60 second breaks as your little reward. Get your heart back down. It might even be a little bit longer, but don't make the breaks too long, because you need, when you're doing intense training, you need to do it in a back-to-back sort of fashion, so that you're actually getting the effect of going full on, recover, full on, recover. But you do need those little breaks to help break it down. Another little trick I do is after maybe 3 or 4 interval sessions, I'll go and actually have a drink of water. So I get off, say if I'm on the treadmill or on the bike or I'm doing boxing or whatever, I go out and I go and have a drink, replenish the tanks. Even though that water's not going to be exactly used in your workout, it's a good practice to get into rehydrating the body, because you will be sweating like crazy, and a dry mouth doesn't help you concentrate on the next lot of sets. Something else I do when things are really painful in interval training, and let's be honest, it's pretty painful doing anaerobic sort of stuff or really high intensity Tabata type training or CrossFit type training. So what I do is I try to pull my focus in really close. If I've got a big set ahead of me, I try not to think about that whole set. I just focused on the very next couple of minutes, or maybe getting to the next interval and having that next rest. Because when your mind is taken too far off down the trail, it all becomes overwhelming. And this is something that you can use in your long runs too. Whenever you're struggling for something, pull your focus right into getting through the next 30 seconds or the next minute, or getting to the next point where you can have a little break. And having that sort of focus pulled in stops you going, oh, it's still too much, and giving up too early. Okay, you can actually get a lot more out of your mind and out of your body if you just rearrange your focus and your perspective. It's a lot easier to think about getting to that next power pole or doing that next interval than it is to think about running for another hour, or not running for another half hour of intense training. So there's a few tips for you today on how to tackle those really tough, intense workouts. We do need them if we want to increase our fitness, our VO2 max, our cardiovascular ability, strength, all of those sort of things. High intensity training has its place for most people. If you're an absolute beginner, you don't want to be doing too much intense work until you've got a nice base, but that's a topic for another day. So thanks for listening, and I hope it helps.